hello, you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and yeah, welcome to another video. Right then, so we've mentioned in a couple of videos now about the trans reaction to literally nothing other than refusing them permission to go into women's toilets when they pretend to be men. And I'm just going to share a couple of examples of the complete and utter lunatics. Remember that these aren't women. These are men. These aren't people who have genuine body dysmorphia. These are people who do it because they are mentally sick, because they are narcissists, because they are perverts, because in reality it's just another way of, pun intended, sticking it to the man. So let's bring up the first wonderful picture. Now, here we go with our wonderful people. Drop that off. Where we have a load of men standing at trans rights, and they're standing outside the women's toilets in Aberdeen, as you can see, intimidating anyone who goes in. Now, these fuckers should be moved along. These two over here are really brave because they got their faces coloured up. I'd rather be a spinster than in a Westminster. You can't be a spinster. You're a man. Grow up. You absolute mental case. This is the kind of insanity that these narcissistic little pricks, and I mean that, again, pun intended, that you have to put up with at the moment. And you'll continue to put up with it because they just live for it. This is nothing to do with being a woman and everything to do with, look at me, and screaming for attention. I'm just mentally ill. I look nothing like a bloke. And no offence, if you were stood there and you're in my way, you'd get knocked on your fucking arse. And I'm not lying. And then we'll just bring up these, which are from that protest, which I mentioned in a previous video, well, previous two videos actually, to give you the idea of the level of intelligence of these sick, ill, mental patients. When you get things like this, or like this, with somebody who really genuinely thinks that they're a woman. You're not, you're a man. You can see you're a man. And then we'll have another little grunt here. We've got the same sign here. I mean, the coppers have just stood there claiming they need to see people, but they stood there. And you've literally got every single one of us. I will make you listen. The only good turf is a turf. All of this, you're just saying that my dick's bigger than your boyfriend and my tits are bigger than yours. These are the lunatics. This is about them. It's all that's ever about is it's about them and their narcissistic attitudes. Now, if you held up a sign like that in a protest as a guy looking like me, how long do you think I'd be stood there holding that sign? You know how long it'd be, yeah? I'd be doing time in His Majesty's pleasure. But they're allowed to get away with it. And then, of course, you get things like this, because these are the kind of people you have to deal with. From Resistance GB, we have a saying, it's punch. Leftist mob follow Emma Dunwell at the trans rights protest yesterday in St James Park. Full report coming soon. Now, we're going to just have a listen to, let's just have a listen to what this bloke thinks and how wonderful they are.
GB, she thinks Nigel Farage isn't bad enough. I wouldn't speak to her.
Sorry?
Yeah, she doesn't think Nigel Farage is conservative enough.
Oh, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not ashamed of those opinions. I'm just trying to get...
You should be, yeah. You should be. Do you like Nigel Farage?
No, not particularly.
You think he should be more conservative?
I think that he's U-turned on a lot of things, yeah. I think that he's a bit two-faced.
What are you doing here? You're not welcome.
I'd never asked if I was welcome.
No, because you, someone like you doesn't have to ask that question.
What's someone like me? Someone like me is...
Take your trash somewhere else.
You guys are following me. I I came over here to interview a person who actually said yes to me. If you don't want to be
one of my
interviewed,
sisters, and
that's
I'm
fine.
not just going to let her be entertained by
You
fascists.
know we have a saying, it's punch fascists. So
Are you threatening to punch me?
if you want to be a fascist, then
What makes me a fascist?
you'll be gone.
What makes me a fascist? Nothing? So I'm not a
I'm
fascist.
just warning you.
So these are the people you have to deal with. These are the people who are screaming for tolerance, acceptance. They demand everything. And then when it doesn't go right, they become the walking hypocritical arseholes they've always been. And for some unknown reason, during this video, I've gained the hiccups. Any case, 2 videos coming up at the end of this one. One will be the last one I uploaded. The other one will be the one that the gods of YouTube will have picked with their algorithm for you, and it's called The Chosen One. If you like what I'm doing and agree with what I'm saying, just hit that subscribe button. Sounds like I've got a stutter. I haven't. It's these inconvenient hiccups that have come out of nowhere. Unbelievable. So you can subscribe, you can like, you can share. You can even attempt to put a comment through on the comment section. Now, I know it's difficult with YouTube the way it's going at the moment, but keep having a go. You might just get it in there. And I apologise, and I will do continually for, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the subjects that I cover. And maybe it's the conversations that you want to have, but they won't let you. If only Rumble was better. But at the moment, we're stuck as we are. So, with that, I'm done. So, until these hiccups finally disappear, until the next one.
Maybe it's an arrow at the bottom. Why would you do that?
It's a spider without the water spouts. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun.